What do these things have in common? A turn-of-the-century firehouse, an exceptional wine cellar, a very gifted photographer, and the world's greatest Clemente collection? Well, it's this place, Engine House 25. Stay tuned and find out why you must pay a visit. Hi, I'm Leslie Merrill McCombs, and this is Discover Pittsburgh Country.
Hi, I'm Ed Rendell. Be sure to watch this channel often for updates on the many exciting anniversary events that have been planned. I want to thank Comcast for making this time available on demand, and thanks to you for making Discover Pittsburgh 250 such a big success over the past 4 years. Here's a look at some of the great things happening in southwestern Pennsylvania.
This portion of your Tourism and Local Events channel is sponsored in part by Allegheny County, a great place to live, work, play, and invest. And by the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium, the wildest place in Pittsburgh Country. Discover Pittsburgh Country is powered by Comcast. Today, Discover Pittsburgh Country is featuring one of our region's best kept secrets. This is Engine House 25. It was built in 1896 and it's located just 2 miles outside of downtown Pittsburgh, right in the heart of Lawrenceville. The building houses a world-class photography studio, a very impressive winery and wine cellar, and the world's only museum featuring a mind-boggling collection of all things Roberto Clemente. Award-winning photographer Dwayne Reeder is the chief of Engine House 25. And Dwayne, this place is so special. How did this all come about?
Well, in 1995, I buy the building off the city, so it was an abandoned firehouse. And I wanted to put my photography studio in here because it's a great space. The building's big, it's 12,000 square foot. At the same time, we just finished up the Roberto Clemente calendar through photography. And I got to meet Vera and the kids in the Clemente house in Puerto Rico. And I started an archive of photography, which now grew into a museum.
Tell me about your love for number 21.
That pretty much started when I was a kid. I grew up loving Clemente and the '60 Pirates, and then got away from baseball and sports for a while to start the photography business, and then got back into it through doing the calendar. And when I go to Puerto Rico and meet Vera, she's just an unbelievable person, and I thought, you know, I could help her out a little bit by doing the archive. Since I'm a photographer and we have dark rooms here and computers, and we started collecting negatives and original transparencies. And then I meet Les Banos, who had a wonderful archive and wasn't really doing anything with it. And we brought it here and started printing prints and scanning negatives and trying to get his things out of the basement onto the walls here at the museum.
Les Banos worked for the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Steelers, Pitt, a couple of local television stations, the BBC, and a lot more when he became very close with Roberto Clemente and entered his inner circle. What was your favorite shot that you ever took of Roberto?
Oh, it's his family picture. I love because he was a family man. And he really, really adored his wife and he loved his children. He was very proud of it. And he always telling me, he said, I want to make sure when they grow up, they will be good citizens and proud Puerto Rican, because we need all the help in Puerto Rico, what we can get.
You all were really good friends, weren't you?
I met him in 1960 after I filmed the World Series game, you know, when Mazeroski hit this home run. And afterwards, we talked about it, the importance of playing good baseball. And he told me, he said, baseball is very important for me, he said, because I can spread goodwill to my people through baseball in Puerto Rico. He was the proudest Puerto Rican I ever seen, but also he was a very good American. Now, here is something I like to show you. This bat here, it's a 3,000 hit bat.
Oh, wow.
After he had a 3,000 hit, he came to our home and with Vera. And he had the bat with him, and he like my son Ed, and he told him, he said, that's my 3,000 hit bat. The story to this, I left the bat at home and I was on the road, and suddenly I come back one day from the road trip with the Pirates. I seen the kids playing baseball in the backyard
with the bat.
So I told him, please, give me the bat and don't you ever touch it again. So that jacket we received all these jackets. This was part of a traveling uniform in 1972. We all have to wear this, you know, when we went on the road. Mm-hmm. And it's a funny story with it, because in Cincinnati, we ran into, on the airport, Shasha Gabor walking a little dog, you know, and I know her. And
you
she
knew
said,
her, right.
And he said, oh, darling, what are you doing here? He said, what's this? I told him, oh, I'm with the team. And she looks at it and she said, oh, Pittsburgh Pirates. I told him, Joshua, they're pirates, not pirates. You know, we're not in Hungary, in the United States, you know.
All right, so changing subjects. I have tasted your wine over the last 8 years, and it is seriously amazing. I mean, it's not something that you would expect to be produced in the basement of a building. And we're going to taste that wine in just a few minutes, but what's your secret?
It's kind of just old-fashioned quality, like no chemicals, very hands-on, you know, it's all hand-pressed. We buy good grapes. You know, most winemakers will tell you the better the grape, the better the wine. So we get good grapes, we make it all by hand. It's in our magical building. You know, we have the wine cellar, it's perfect temperature and darkness and everything for storing wine. So here again, it evolved here and it's now working really well. And then we got our license last year to sell. It's pretty cool. And now we can, you know, enjoy it with the public a little bit.
So what are you most passionate about? Your photography, Roberto, or the wines, which are all fruits of your labor?
Well, Bob Costas said I was his hero when I was able to take my three loves and mesh them as one. Why can't you do three things? You know, why do you have to just do one?
That's so cool. Can you show us around?
Sure. Let's go for a walk. Here's a couple negotiations with Branch Rickey about a contract in '56, and Branch Rickey's trying to teach him about what a batting average is, slugging percentage, and all that stuff. Just some great pieces. Here's the apartment brochure and contract and some paperwork. The Pirates are going to pay half of his rent. How cool is that? Joe L. Brown, he becomes really good friends with Joe L. Brown. Yeah, this is my favorite piece in the whole building. These are some negatives that we acquired from a guy who went dumpster diving when the Post-Gazette bought the Pittsburgh Press. And thank God he did that.
That's amazing.
Because the image was never reproduced, never published.
These wings, the angel wings are real clouds, right?
They are. They're on there. I have the negative in the safe right behind us. Most people, journalists, will make me pull it out and say, Mister, I don't believe you. I pull out the negative and show them that the wings are on the negative.
Well, Angel Wings is definitely my favorite piece in the entire museum, but later on, we're going to take a look at the most fabulous winery and wine cellar, and it's right downstairs in this building. Don't miss it. You know, a lot's been happening along the shores of our region's many rivers, and of course WQED's Rick Seebeck has been following the shorelines. And what he's found beside those rivers might just surprise you.